All right, so I get questions. People will ask me when I'm reading an audiobook or when I'm reading, and I've got this several times, when I'm reading for a character, they're asking me, what should I do with my voice when I'm reading for something normal, like an audiobook or a commercial, as opposed to animation where you could be a multitude of different characters? Well, guess what? In this commercial, in this audiobook, you may not believe it, but you're playing another character, even though it's your normal voice.
If you do, I'll definitely go with you. You're like my brother, Wade.
Here's what I got asked, and I'll kind of change the situation because it might be personal for them or whatever. Okay, say I'm a guy and I have a really high-pitched voice, naturally. Should I deepen my voice to make me sound better when I'm doing the audiobook narration? Well, I would say you could do that if you were advanced, but you can't be advanced without first taking the steps. There is no quick step to that, but never change your voice. Always be comfortable with yourself. You have to be comfortable with yourself or you're just, it's never going to come to you correctly. When I did audiobooks, your natural voice is what you should be comfortable with. Again, your natural voice is what you should be comfortable with in everything you do, because guess what? You're playing a character in everything you do, because it's not you. When you're reading an audiobook, you're reading somebody else's words. And especially when you're reading in first person, you are now that person experiencing whatever situation it is. So what's more important about you than worrying about your voice is first, worry about the character, worry about the situation, worry about where he's at. What's he doing? What kind of, did it tell you about a little bit about his background when he was growing up, so you can kind of build that into his personality? The personality, again, the motives, the objectives. This is acting. This isn't voices. Remember one of my previous acting corner tips. This is not your voice. It is the character the voice will follow. And that's when you start working your way into the advanced, portion of being able to then voluntarily affect your voice. But start with yourself. Do audiobooks, do commercials, do things that more require your own voice. If you listen to a lot of characters, even the animated characters nowadays, it's not like the 90s and the 80s. A lot of them have their own natural voice. I mean, just go back and watch a lot of the animation that's come out recently and even in the past 3, 4, 5 years. A lot of them don't do funny things with their voices nowadays like this. They don't talk like this. They just talk like their self. They get a bear like me. Personally, I'd be some kind of medium-sized character. You change the personality depending on if he's Californian. You put maybe a little bit of a surfer thing on and give him kind of a younger tone. Don't put it on too hard. Whatever the character is, he could be totally hardcore, man. So you do that later. But first, be comfortable with yourself. Practice just being yourself in the microphone and alter your emotions and your personality based on what's going on in the script. Start with that, and you'll find that it's not about the voice. It's all about what's in the reading. That's why you think it's weird when you watch some of the behind the scenes videos of actors portraying their characters, and what do? They always go into detail about their own characters that they were playing. And it's kind of, they're like, well, he was this and this and this, and he was really motivated by this. But then they start to tell you things that you didn't even probably realize about their character. He's held back from all this that went on in his past. And, that's why he does this and this and this.
It's Wacko from Animaniacs, because all he wants to do is have a good time, and I can relate to that. And then there's a Christian radio show that I do called Adventures in Odyssey, where I play a character named Wooten, and he's basically, I guess he's in his mid-30s, but he's never really grown up, and he's just got a very innocent worldview, and he's very kind to people, but people kind of don't know what to make him because he's kind of weird, but he's cool.
That's because they're doing that. That's how they connect with their character. That's how they voice the character. You can't do that unless you're connected with the character. That's why they're able to easily tell you about everything about this character when you watch these behind the scenes extra clips. So yeah, take that, practice it, and you'll find that that's how acting comes together, man. You're like, wow. Follow me on Facebook, /character voice. You'll find me. And you can follow me on Twitter as well. It's just Laphin, Laphin. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.